Hi guys, so by this point you should have done step 1, which was what we had been working on class, completing the square just to solve equations. Now you are going to be watching this video to learn how to take an equation from standard form to vertex form by completing the square. So this is new, and you're going to watch this video, learn how to do it, and then you're going to try these 3 problems and turn these into the sub. So you can take these notes starting on a note sheet if you want, like back to regular notes, and it's still 2.5 completing the square. We use completing the square to take an equation from standard form to vertex form. So let's just talk about standard form. At this point, we would have known standard form is this. So if you want to copy this down, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We haven't seen standard form, we haven't seen vertex form in a while. Anybody think they remember what it is? This is the one that has h and k in it. So this is what it looks like. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Anyone think they remember what the vertex is out of this? So remember that vertex is if I just pull the h out and then the k out. That would be my vertex point. So just something to remind us. That was like early on in chapter 2. I'm like really bad at writing with this pen. But here we go, that's my vertex. Okay, so question is going to look something like this. It's going to say y equals x squared plus 8x plus 14. So make the connection that these two are the exact same form. I want to take this equation and put it into this form, vertex form. And it's the same exact steps of completing the square. Okay, so here is the first one we're going to do, and notice on the right hand side here I have the steps. So feel free to pause this as I go step by step and write down my work, the math work, and then the explanations on the side. Okay, so the first step, as usual, subtract the c value from both sides. So my c value is 14. I'm going to subtract 14 on both sides. Notice this time I'm leaving the y in there, so that's really important to note that this y is going to stay there the whole time. So if you look now, what I'm going to have is y minus 14 equals x squared plus 8x. Weird and unusual that I'm keeping that y there the whole time, but we're just going to leave it there, hang out the whole time. My next step, again, just like normal, is to find the constant, which remember is b divided by 2 squared to both sides. So in this example, my b value is 8, right? Here's my b. Okay, so on the side, I will do 8 divided by 2, which is going to give me 4. And then I'm going to do 4 squared, which is going to give me 16. And what we're going to do with this number, just like before, is add it to both sides. So now what I'm going to have is y minus 14 plus 16, this constant, equals x squared plus 8x plus 16, that constant. Okay, so just like before. Now what I can do is combine the like terms on the left. So what are my like terms over here? The negative 14 plus 16, what's that going to give me? 2, great. Y plus 2. Notice it's a positive now because negative 14 plus 16 is a positive 2. This side stays the same. Now what I can do, the whole point of adding that constant before is the same. Now we can factor this. So I need 2 numbers that multiply. Remember, you don't really need to think about this. Multiply, oh my gosh, this is awful writing. Multiply to 16 and add to 8. What are they? 4 and 4. Just like before, again, it's always going to be the same numbers. And how we're going to write that, before it would be like x plus 4. Oh my goodness, it's going to take me so long. Let's see if I can. Okay, x plus 4 times x plus 4, but we now know a shortcut because math people are lazy and I don't want to write this twice, by doing y plus 2 equals x plus 4 squared. So I factored on the right. Now I'm almost in vertex form, right? If I come back here, like, look, this is pretty much the same. I have something in parentheses and it getting squared. I just need to get my y alone, right? To be in this form, I need to get my y alone. So let's move that y value over. Minus 2 on both sides. Move the c value back over, and I'll be finished. So notice now I will have x plus 4 squared, and then that minus 2 on the end. Here is my vertex form, and I'm all finished. Okay? I usually say questions for me, but I'm not really there. If you have any questions, jot them down. But that's the first one. Okay, and let's do another one. Okay, so same thing, standard to vertex form. Here I have y equals x squared minus 10x minus 5. Move the c value to both sides, to the other side. So I have minus 5. So the opposite of a minus 5 is a positive 5. We're going to move that positive 5 over. Remember, keep the y there. So now I'll have y plus 5 equals x squared minus 10x. My next step is to find that constant. So be careful here, my b is a negative 10. So I'm going to take negative 10 divided by 2. That's going to give me negative 5. Negative 5 squared is going to give me negative times a negative, remember, is a positive 25. What are we going to do with this 25? Add it to both sides. Okay, so now I'll have y plus 5 plus 25 equals x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay, now lots going on both sides, right? So what we could do is combine these terms. 5 plus 25 is going to give me 30. Nothing happened yet. On the other side, what we can do is factor. So two numbers that multiply to 25 and add to negative 10. Remember where we've seen this before? It's this number right here. Whatever b divided by 2 is, that's what my number is to factor. So it's going to be negative 5, right? Negative 5 times negative 5 gives me 25, and when I add negative 5 plus negative 5, it gives me negative 10. So now that I've simplified the left and the right side, it's almost in my vertex form. All I have to do is get that y alone, so subtract 30 on both sides. Okay, minus 30. And there's my vertex form, y equals x minus 5 squared minus 30. Okay, so now that we've taken notes on how to go from standard form to vertex form, if you want to go back, that's my dog, if you want to go back to the Schoology page, you're going to do these 3 problems right here, and then you're going to turn those 3 problems into the sub, and then you can work on something quietly. You can just do them like right from here, write these problems down, or they are on the back of that packet that we've been working on for classwork. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day.